Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I want to cover importing a text file and styling it. This is sort of an unknown way that you can make really easy information boards with inside Neos, and so I wanted to go over it. So let's get started. I'm going to a smooth POV here, and I've got my private UI on so you can see what's going on, and I'm going to open up my dash here, and you'll see I'm in the file browser and I've navigated to a folder with on my desktop. I have a text file here just called text.txt. I opened Notepad and I copied and pasted some contents in, and here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and import that by just double clicking on it. And you'll see the potato is a root vegetable native to the Americas, a starchy tuber of the plant Solon tuberosum, and the plant itself is a perennial in the nightsage family Solanaceae. I can't pronounce Latin. Anyway, the point being that this text file that I edited in Notepad on Windows comes in as this sort of transparent white box with black text on it. But you can actually edit a lot of that just using a little bit of the inspector. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a developer tooltip. So inventory, essential tools, and then developer tooltip. Let me equip that. I'm going to go ahead and secondary select the text file, open it in the inspector, and then talk you through the setup here. So see at the top is text.txt. That's the name of the text file when you import it. On the text.txt slot, you'll see there's a canvas component. This controls how big this panel is. So if I go ahead and say make this smaller, so we might want to go to say 500. So it's a square now. You'll now see that it's a square, but the text is still quite small in the middle there. So you might want to change things up even more. So you might want to say, hey, how about 250? Still too big. We'll go for 150. 100. That's looking a little bit better already. We can do various other things in here, but just play around with them, you'll see. We can then also change the colors of the way that things are being displayed. So if we go into the scroll rect here, you'll see that there is an image component on the scroll rect, and that is set to white and half transparency. I'm going to go ahead and set that to red and full transparency. And now you'll see that we've got a bright red background box with the same text in it. I'm going to drop that brightness down just a little bit to make it a little bit easier to read. And then I'm going to go down into the content. Within the content, you'll see that there is a text property here, and there is a color property, and I can go ahead and change that. So there's white text, there's gray text, yellow text, whatever you really want to do here. This isn't me designing this. I wouldn't make this in a world. It's just me showing you how it works. You can also change the font here by dropping a font into the font property of the text component. To do that, find yourself a font file. Any font file from your computer should work. There are also font files available in-game. For example, in one of my folders, I have the Google fonts. They're here in my inventory here, Google fonts. Monster Rat's quite good, so I'm just going to grab that one. Let's bring that in. Here's the font. Place it in the font option, and now that's in that sort of more boldish font. If I put them together here, you can see that. This remains fully grabbable as an object within Neos, and you can play around with it. You can also quite easily edit it because it's just a text file. You know, change the text in the file, bring it back in again, change the colors again, and it'll be there for you. Just thought I'd show you that. I've seen other people, do text manually using create new text, which is another way to do it. And it's entirely up to you the way that you do it. But if it's a long form piece of text, like a really big introduction to a map or some rules or some sort of credits, I do it a lot for credits, just bring in a text file and style it how you like, position it in the world, and you're done. Hope that's helpful. I will see you next time. Goodbye.